Hello guys, this is Rohit from Salesforce Jungle. So today we are going to discuss about 24 deployment and data migration questions. And if you want to watch the sandbox questions, you can check out my previous video I have already posted. So 11 videos of sandbox and all about sandbox. So in this video, before starting this video, I want to tell you do subscribe the channel for the further questions. Another 270 questions are coming on the way for the admin, and along with that almost 350 questions of PD1 is coming. Along with that, 100 questions with answers are coming of sandbox, and 200 questions for PD1. And this is not for certification, mainly it is focused on interview. Who wants to crack the interview, these questions are more than enough to crack any interview of admin and development. So basically our focus are on the students who are currently looking for interview because of pandemic. So many people have lost their jobs. So do practice is the only way to rid of your situation. So basically do the practice on the Salesforce super batch. That is awesome thing for the real time practice. Go for that. So let's start with the deployment questions. So what is a deployment basically? So when we are deploying from the sandbox to the org, so if you guys don't know what is sandbox, try to watch my previous question and 11 question, that is most important questions. So over there we will get to know what are the sandbox and what are the different type of sandbox. So here we want to discuss about deployment. Deployment is nothing when we are migrating our data from sandbox to our production node. Sandbox is where we are doing development, and the production node is where we are project is going to be alive. So that is production. So what is a data migration? This process is called a data migration, and we are migrating. It is not about we are migrating data from sandbox only. From where, when it's a huge project, we are migrating data from a lot of platforms, or you can say clouds. So that is a data migration. So let's go for the third question. In how many ways we can deploy the code from sandbox to production? This question is very important. So basically we know one or two ways from sandbox to production, but there are many ways in which we can deploy the code from sandbox to production. I'll not give answers for these questions. In next video, probably I'll give the answers, but not in this. I'll just give the overview of answers, overview of questions, how to finding answer is your situation. If I give the answers, you will go through the video and don't write. I suggest you to make your own notes for these all questions. What is the outbound chain set? Yes, in Salesforce, we are using outbound and inbound chain set. Outbound to send the data from sandbox to production, or from one sandbox to another sandbox. So in inbound chain set, we are receiving the data. So in production, we have inbound sandbox. Where in outbound, we are sending from sandbox, and inbound we are getting in the production. This is what the inbound and outbound. What is the advantage of deploying the code using chain set? So we are using many type of things to deploy our code. So basically we are using the outbound chain set or inbound chain set. So what are the advantage of using that you need to find out, and what are the disadvantage of using the deploying using the chain set? This is also you need to find out. One disadvantage I want to tell you, so record ID of that records are not same. So that is one disadvantage. So but in one sandbox, that is full sandbox, in that you will get the same record ID. How to deploy the code using the Eclipse into the production? Yes, we can use the Eclipse for the coding and the Salesforce, and how to deploy it, that you need to find out. What is the advantage of deploying the code using Eclipse? What is the advantage and disadvantage of deploying the code from Eclipse? This is a very important question. When you are going further for a lightning experience, you have to use this because of the backend work. So Eclipse is very important ID. So try to focus and try to deep learn on this question and make your own notes for, because if you want to go for further interviews, you will get to know that okay, so these are the notes I want to go for. So this is more than enough. So 270 question that I prepared for the admin, that is more than enough. So what is the repository? Repository, like in big companies or small companies also, we have a repository. So basically it's a cloud repository where we are storing the our source file, basically source file of projects, any project. If we have done like previous projects and we got some similar projects, so we take notes or file from repository and we implement on that particular project. is your organization maintaining the repository of the code? So how, which tool you're using to maintain the repository? So this is very important in the cloud platform, which tool we are using for a repository. So can we deploy the code using ANT? What is ANT? So that you need to find out. I am not going to tell you. So what is the advantage of deploying using, what is the advantage and disadvantage of using ANT? Can we deploy users from sandbox to production? This is yes, we can deploy users profiles from sandbox. When we are when we're deploying fields, we have to deploy the profile along with that. Why we need to deploy the profile? Because if we are not deploying the field along with the profile, it will not visible on the particular object. You need to go to the dependent settings and you have to make it enable. So better to deploy a profile with that particular field so that it will be globally visible in the org according to the profile. So can we deploy the profile from the sandbox? I already told you, yes, we can deploy. Can we deploy the workflow and approval process for sandbox? That you need to find out. Okay, while deploying the dashboards, what is the basic precautions? One precaution I'll tell you, we need, if you're deploying any sandbox or reports, you need to deploy all the objects which are dedicated to that particular reports and dashboards, and along with that you need to deploy the all the fields that are associated with that particular reports and dashboard. What is the test code coverage that is need to be deploy? And it's very important. That is 75% that we are using for the code coverage. And if there are 4 classes in the sandbox, first 3 classes are 100% code coverage and 4 classes 0%. Can we deploy it? As I told you, like we want 75%, right? So if in three test classes has 300%, so can we deploy that particular thing or not? So it is your task. I won't say yes or no, because if I say on this, like you will not find out the basic answer while say yes or no. What is the minimum test coverage required for trigger? Same 75%. How many deployments you have done as if for now? I deployed projects like for as if now maybe 100, 200, maybe more than that. So thank you for watching this video. So this is all about deployments. I think you got the point. So within the further, if you haven't watched the sandbox questions, try to grab my previous video. And for basics questions of admin, try to grab 2 and 3, first part and second part of basic admin. You will get 50 questions of that. Try to cover that also, because in interview first they are asking you basic 4 to 5 basic question, then they will go for these questions for deep understanding of admin, your admin understanding. So by these questions they will get to know, okay, you have worked a lot. Thank you for watching our video. Do subscribe our channel, like and share. Thanks a lot.